guilty.
he took.
He
No, he did not plead guilty. I'm sorry. He
I thought he was found guilty.
Took a plea deal. Okay.
He took some sort of plea deal. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So he cannot be found guilty of the situation. Basically, what I wanted to, he pled guilty. Yeah, he pled guilty to the firearms conspiracy. So he avoided life. That's what it is. He pled guilty to the firearm shit to avoid the life sentence that he probably would have gotten for the deaths that occurred during the whole Miami situation. Mm-hmm. So anyway, what I wanted to ask y'all is like, what do y'all, as far as this situation, right? I know I feel like we talk about rap a lot on this podcast, like every week and stuff like that, about the state of rap and where it's at. Mm-hmm. And it's like, the other day I was listening to music and I was thinking, and I was like, man, it seems like, that this like gangster rap, I guess you would call it, or trap rap. I feel like it's beyond gangster and trap rap now. Like the Pooh Shiesty shit is like some like, it's a specific category of literally living the fucking lyrics and the lifestyle.
That's exactly what the fuck it is, bro. It's like crazy to me. Like it's like
I look at it as new age gangster rap.
Yeah,
it's like they took gangster rap to a whole new level. Instead of telling a story, nigga, they telling you what happened.
Nigga, I'm telling you what happened this shit happened last night, nigga. Like
gangster.
It's crazy. And it's like, so I'm asking, like, what do you like? Because and here's my thing with this. It's cool, right? Not to promote, like, for example, I don't know if y'all know Nardo Wick. He's kind of one of the more new up and coming younger trap niggas. He got a song with us.
What the fuck is that? That's him?
Yeah, what the fuck is that? That's him. So he was I think he was on Big Boy and them's podcast, the shit show, whatever it's called, and he was kind of like, they was laughing about it and shit, but you could tell he was kind of like dead ass serious. Like he had made statements on Instagram or something before where he was kind of saying to people like, he wasn't encouraging people to go out robbing people and shit like that, but he was saying how like that could put real money in your pocket in hours compared to working a 9 to 5, which puts like, minimum wage money in your pocket after weeks of hours. You know what I'm saying? So, and he was saying like, bro, like they were on the radio station asking him like, yo, like, a lot of people got upset with him because they were saying like, oh, for up and coming rapper and someone who has all these eyes on you now, that's such a controversial thing to say. But it's like, nigga, you hear the fucking songs I make? You know what I'm saying? And then two, it's like, I think we live in this time where it's like people, they enjoy listening to this shit and hearing niggas talk about it, but it's like they get mad when niggas like really is living it, or when they tell people like, yeah, that's what I would agree. I agree, because like he was saying, he was like, bro, like me and my niggas used to, be in the hood and we go hit a lick on niggas and we come up on a couple tens of thousands of dollars in a couple of hours, you know what I'm saying? As opposed to getting a $500 check once a week or even less, $250, whatever, you know what I'm saying? So, and so what I was thinking about how it reflects on the rappers, like these niggas, like they say this stuff in their music, and then obviously some of them are still. I don't know if you also heard about K Flock, the New York rapper. I think we mentioned him last time.
Yeah.
No, what happened to him? I don't know.
No, I'm not sure. No, I don't think we did talk about him on the show, but
we didn't talk about him, right?
He basically, long story short, was walking past a barbershop. Somebody in the barbershop was talking shit. They started exchanging words. He ended up shooting a nigga outside. Got caught on camera.
Yeah, and now he has a murder charge. He just got signed and shit like that. He's up in K Flock. Yeah, from the Bronx. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So again, it's like such a thing, and then like we just talked about, Wretch just got out of jail. I think both Chef G and Sleepy were both. I think Chef G is still locked up.
Yeah, Chef G he put on mad weight too.
Yeah. I think he's still locked up, if not. And Sleepy just got out. So it's like this thing where now we're just like, bro. Okay, so Dondre says he's promoting death. And again, I don't think, what's the funny shit about that is like, there's so much ways you could look at life and you could say, yeah, he's promoting death, right? Technically, if you was to go do the job and do it incorrectly or do it unprepared, you get what I'm saying? You could end up losing your life or your freedom. Mm-hmm. But my nigga, you got people dying every day working a 9 to 5, clocking in for somebody else to make them money. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's true. In some ways, it's foolish to go, like, if you told me a man died trying to make himself $50,000 in 2 minutes, right? As compared to a nigga that worked his whole life in a 9 to 5, clocking in and died with nothing, and still had nothing. Who really, I'm saying? Who really died worse? Did one really die worse than the other? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I feel you.
Because part of like people don't be understanding. Working 9 to 5 could be really killing you too, my nigga. Especially if you're not using 9 to 5 and your money that you get from it to put into doing something bigger for yourself. Like you're just working for some other nigga till you die. So you know what I mean? But yeah, I do agree that which is why they were mad at Nardo, because they're like, dude, you can't. But it's like we're saying here, y'all niggas, what do y'all want us to do? Do y'all want us to really live this shit and you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because now if I'm Nardo Wick or anybody else not Nardo Wick and they do it, I see them do it. When there's rappers that don't have these credentials, but they talk like they do, people call it out. 6'9". You know what I'm saying? They're like, yo, nigga, you boom, 6'9". And there's other rappers too where people are like, bro, you can't be talking like that because you don't do that, yada, yada, yada. Then when niggas go do it, it's like, yo, like, you know what I'm saying? Like Pooh Shiesty probably, you know, career-wise was at the height of his career, you know what I'm saying, at the time. And is not sitting behind bars, possibly not going to see freedom for a couple years, you know what I'm saying, if even.
Just for trying to prove to everybody he a real nigga.
Trying to prove you're a real nigga. But not
even that. I think just trying to
not even that, yeah.
Stay real to his raps.
So what you still doing,
and
you know what I'm saying?
Because obviously staying real to rap, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
And obviously these was real street niggas, you know what I'm saying? But it's like,
and I feel like a lot of them really, really get caught up into their rap. So a lot of them is not necessarily came up as street.
We talk
niggas.
About that all the time.
You know what I'm saying?
There's a lot of look at prime example is Lil Baby. You could watch interviews. Young Thug goes around telling people how he basically paid Lil Baby to start being a rapper. You know what I'm saying? Like he says like Lil Baby was just serving niggas. Like he was just serving them niggas like Gunna and Young Thug and them. And Young Thug was like, bro, you should get on the mic. And he was like, man, for me to get on this mic and leave the streets, I need X, Y amount of money. Thugger gave it to him. And the rest is history, obviously. You get what I'm saying?
Well, yeah.
That right there was like you basically making your homeboy. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. That's obviously not a nigga just because he's nice at it, which he's clearly good at making music. He's clearly not passionate about it. You know what I'm saying? Like how you're saying, like he's not really. Lil Baby didn't aspire to be a rapper. You get what I'm saying? Like that wasn't his aspiration. So
I'm saying, well, that too. That's definitely a good point. But what I'm saying is a lot of dudes kind of get into these issues like a 6ix9ine, like how 6ix9ine did. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And kind of rode the wave and kind of got into that life. You know what I'm saying? Except they didn't get to the same situation as 6ix9ine. You know what I'm saying? I feel like a lot of rappers are like that.
Yeah, no, I've heard stories of a couple rappers who are popping right now who, even though they jacking the gang shit, you know, behind the scenes, you know, they not really gang. It's just that they got their homies who's gang affiliated, but they know they mans is, you know, musically talented. And they're like, yo, homie, yo, jack this shit. Hood got you. You know what I'm saying?
And they get caught up in some shit and probably.
And then they get caught up in some shit sometimes like that. Yeah.
Whatever it is.
Yeah.
But it's crazy because I feel like one of the things I was thinking too is like, you know, obviously with a lot of these guys, this bleeds over from shit they was already doing on the street, like with, you know, like with Lil Baby, niggas that who their intention never really was to be no musician. You get what I'm saying? So they have real street shit going on. But it's like clearly there's a moment where that like tide breaks and you start making rap money. You get what I'm saying? Like music money, which is clearly, I'd assume, going to be coming quicker and in more large lump sums than your street money. In some cases, maybe some guys where it was around. But it's like, wouldn't you like to avoid all that shit? You know what I'm saying? It seems like some of these niggas, they're better at keeping their freedom before the rap shit. You know what I mean?
Like, you're right. The thing is that though, like once they get into the game and that's the image that they pushing, it's like they can't go backwards. They have to push harder with that image unless they're gonna fall off.
We don't have to go into exact details about Pooh Shiesty's situation, but if you read about what happened that night in Miami, right, and going with what you're saying, he technically didn't have to do none of that shit. We still would have thought he was gangster. You get what I'm saying? It's like they do these specific things that's like.
Listen, like, I know y'all like it's kind of like how these niggas are. This is how these niggas operate. They have to show that they the biggest, baddest gangster of them all. Like niggas like Pooh Shiesty, I could tell. Like, oh, word, this nigga all right, I'm gonna shoot him. You know what I'm saying? And probably will go and do it just to prove some stupid shit that I feel like, like you said, he already proved to the world. But
which is why it's like strange to me that they would need to take it further. But like with K Flock situation, like let's say K Flock, you parallel it with Pooh Shiesty's situation. K Flock, like Clay explained, he was walking by a barbershop. Some nigga walks, he sees a op. Obviously, op starts talking shit. Obviously, you gonna talk shit back. Someone ends up, he pulls a. So my thing is like, nigga, if I'm Pooh Shiesty on that night in Miami, or if I'm K Flock walking past that barbershop and I see my op, I'm like, nigga, I got way too much shit going on. That's
be worrying
bigger than
about you right now. Yeah.
And even to want to get into this confrontation with you, my nigga. Like,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure at that moment when K Flock pulled out and upped it on Buddy at the barbershop, his phone was probably going off with A&Rs and producers and people that's like for him to have meetings and all type of, you know.
And
my
this
thing
too.
is like,
I was gonna say
right?
this too. We overestimate the mindset and I guess I'm trying to say it as nicely as possible, but the brain cells of these dudes, you know what I'm saying? Like they not that smart. You feel me?
It's not, and that's the thing. It's not even smart. Like, it's not even smart. It's just a lot of things with these street dudes is that, you know, because the streets is what they know first. When they get put into a confrontational issue, their first thing they thinking about is their ego, their street cred. You know what I'm saying? And until they develop a business mindset, that's always how a street nigga is going to operate. So it makes sense, but it is dumb.
Not even because street
but
dudes,
they work with a.
It's like
they all work with a money mindset, right? They are
Exactly.
at least they claim to.
Not all of them. Not all of them.
Niggas be like, not all of them.
And it don't even really be money. It'd be ego for real. Yeah.
Ego and clout and stuff like
think
that.
About somebody like Jay-Z back in the day, right? We all know Jay-Z was in the hood, he was a street nigga, right? We all listen to Jay-Z's music. Jay-Z's gonna play chess. He's not gonna play checkers. He's not gonna, you know what I'm saying, act off emotion and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? This is what these real street dudes will tell you that obviously haven't been killed or whatever. But these dumb niggas, they call them crash dummies. People like K Flock, you're crash dummies. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Just go out and crash out on some stupid shit.
Yeah, but gang, that's what me and Jay trying to say though. Like niggas not bred, like niggas from the streets for the most part, like 80% of these niggas are not like Jay. They don't have the mindset of Jay-Z and a lot of these OGs. You know what I'm saying? I be watching all these hood vlogs on YouTube, and these OGs in the hood are reiterating the fact that these young niggas, man, they need guidance. We try to talk to these young niggas, but these young niggas got a mind of their own. And then
these niggas' guidances be the very niggas they be listening to and trying to imitate, which is like rappers.
And that's what I'm saying, but it's the wrong guidance though. You don't got niggas paying attention to the OGs in their neighborhood first, dude. They paying attention to the music, and the music with the violence is probably the most commercialized it's ever been, which is again another reason why a nigga in the streets who feels like he has an opportunity, especially in music, when a nigga steps to him, he's not gonna think business wise and let me save my brand. And niggas gonna think, I'm supposed to be a gangster rapper and I gotta keep my gangster rapper image. Let me shoot this nigga. And
that's true.
It's stupid, but that's how these niggas operate, bro. Because even niggas that are not even on niggas in hoods that I've been in, you feel me? These niggas operate the same exact way, bro. And these niggas don't even have what we have going on. You feel me? Like that's just how these niggas operate, bro. It's a different time.
And that's what I'm saying. If you don't got nothing and you already on the streets, I could understand that. But so let's say like my nigga, like we all know, there's even rappers where people know them, but they wasn't even at K Flock level. K Flock wasn't big. You know what I'm saying? He obviously wasn't no megastar yet, but he was getting attention. He was getting signed. If your mindset is like money, my nigga, like I see my op at the barbershop, I'm like, bro, in 3 weeks, I could pay somebody to come clap your ass. You get what I'm saying? Still have my freedom out here. You know what I'm saying? That's how I'm thinking. If you my op that bad to the point that I'm like, this nigga need to die. You get what I'm saying? Like, and I see you on the street, I'm not gonna think, let me up it on him right here. Because you not like look at even YNW Melly's situation. He went to prison at a time when he was very important. You know what I'm saying? He was making money, and his label can't get him out. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They trying. If you type of nigga who you not even really worth nothing yet, or you haven't shown that you could bring in M's, your label ain't gonna really break their back to get you out of
and that's what niggas are saying too. He might lose that label deal because of the situation. He might lose that.
He has not proved to these niggas that he's worth them. Like Kodak. Kodak can go to jail every other week, and fucking Columbia, wherever he signed to, they're gonna try to get him out because the nigga makes M's.
Well, the thing about Kodak is like that man be catching charges, but it be some like small time. Besides the last time, I don't know how long he was supposed to be locked up
because
for.
He don't
go out and chasing ops down. From what I know, I don't know. For sure.
In K Flock's defense, he wasn't chasing this op down. He happened to be walking by obviously he's not trying to be out the hood yet. I guess I know he wasn't making money like that from his label, his situation yet. But he was walking by his barbershop allegedly, and the op says something to him. and he had to retaliate verbally, which eventually reached to being violent. You know what I'm saying? So, but like I said, my thing is I just don't get the concept of like, all right, let me sacrifice possible millions of dollars that I could get legally from just rapping in front of a microphone and making videos. And let me sacrifice that for shooting this nobody. Because not even like he shot another rapper or somebody important. Who the fuck is that kid he shot and killed?
But you know what though? You know what that also shows? That goes to show you how like some of these niggas that move like that, they don't really put too much passion and effort and all of that goes into it, because something that you've worked your ass off for, you're not just gonna throw it away over another nigga. You feel me? So for you to not even think about it in a moment like that, it's because he feel like he got it like that. He's like, oh, I'm that nigga.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I don't even. I'm not even trying to really be a rapper, but I'm the best rapper in the Bronx, and I'm that nigga. You feel me? Like,
you think he thought he was gonna get away with it type shit? That's what you're saying, or?
No, I'm not saying that's how he's gonna get away with it, but I'm saying like, say randomly you became really good at doing magic, Don. You feel me? Like, you was just OD, you better than fucking David Blaine, my nigga. You feel me? But you just woke up the next day and decided to do it. And then you had an opportunity to do something else that would have cost you that magic career. Would you give a fuck about that magic career? No. You feel me? Because you ain't put the blood, sweat, and tears in your whole life for it. And that's what I'm saying.
I get what you're saying.
If you just bullshitting and you just randomly blew up off of something, and then you went and did some fuck shit, you're gonna go do the fuck shit and you're not thinking about that because you're like, man, I didn't even really give a fuck about that. You know what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying, but we talking millions of dollars on a record deal. If I was getting millions of dollars for magic,
but again, that's millions of dollars. That's millions of dollars basically handed to him. Yeah, he's making all this gang music, talking all this shit with his homies. His homies is telling him it's lit. Next thing you know, the whole tri-state is saying it's lit. He gets millions of dollars handed to him.
Boy.
But you make a really good point.
You feel me? That's what I'm saying. You not a nigga like that, bro. He not thinking about that, bro. A smart nigga would have thought about the money, but a nigga who didn't even really put the blood, sweat, and tears to earn that, he's not thinking about that shit. He thinking, oh, I still got it. He's not thinking, oh, I could lose it. He's thinking he got it. You feel me?
Yeah, and that's why I was bringing it up, because like I was like, yo, you know, we live in a day and age where it's very easy to step into hater territory. People be like, oh, nigga, you a hater. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like you can't even say certain things. But it just be like, it's funny to me how like the most dudes right now that be getting put on in this rap game shit is niggas that clearly don't even much appreciate what they got or what's about to be handed to them. True. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. And like, it ain't no hater shit. That's just, we can see it.
Yeah. It's like, I don't want to see the shit. Niggas be like, oh, you being a hater because niggas is getting it. It's like, bro, I just wish for at least a brief moment in this shit, it would start getting so, because it happens for other niggas, but it seems much easier for these niggas that are just on the streets doing street shit and then going on a microphone and rapping about what they just did in the streets. And they blow up, mimic exactly what they see and what they talking about in their own raps, go to prison, and then the cycle just continues. Like half these niggas locked up, NBA young boy locked up. All these niggas, half them is either about to be looking fucking Casanova, locked up. It's like they're all either on the road to about to be locked up,
it's that's what's gonna happen to majority of them that continue to actually live the life. So like you mentioned Lil Baby, like I don't think Lil Baby is on what, you know what I'm saying, he probably recently was on before he got put on, right? So all these other niggas, you know what I'm saying? Like I look at these dudes as, cause you know, if you see a dope boy in the street, like these dope boys really be getting like money. It be looking like they already rappers, you know what I'm saying? Like real deal dope boys who making what 40, 50 grand a month, sometimes 100 grand a month, you know what I'm saying? Who, like you said, these dudes probably don't need rap. It's just, if they get into rap, it's to either wash their money or, you know what I'm saying? Like these dudes is really making money in the streets. And you see dudes like that, and it's like, bro, it's like they make the same amount of money as some of these rappers, you know what I'm saying? Right, so it's like, I look at these rappers, some of these rappers like that, it's like, oh, they're just like a glorified dope boy, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, pretty much.
But the lines get so blurred because these niggas be, you would like, if you listen to most niggas or ask most niggas to listen to the music, they probably be like, nah, bro, Lil Baby really than K-Flock. K-Flock's some little nigga. But it's like, bro, K-Flock just really caught a body. You get what I'm saying? Like, I ain't see Lil Baby catch nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like, he talks about it. You know what I'm saying? It's like niggas like Lil Durk too, and they talk about it. But then when you see them niggas seem to at least have something clicked in their head where it's like, all right, I need to keep that on wax. You know what I'm saying? And I need to not really do that shit because it'll get me locked up. You know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
you know, and like we saying here, like Clay was saying, and I agree with, is like some of these niggas, especially the younger ones, it seems like because they realize like it's like to them like, oh yeah, I ain't even have to work for this shit. It just came. You get what I'm saying? Like they don't take it as seriously. You get what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you know, it's, like I don't know. It's crazy. It's just
And
crazy.
then not only that, but it goes to show that they don't do their homework. Like a lot of these niggas say that they fuck with Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne was their favorite rapper growing up. But
Right.
nigga, do you know how many times Lil Wayne got arrested for fucking guns and all this other shit, and like how many other situations there's been with other artists? And I feel like I don't know, maybe it's just me as a person, but I feel like if you really about something, or if you even had an idea about something and you've seen somebody make a dumbass mistake, don't go and make the same dumbass mistake.
That's
But it
facts.
looks like motherfuckers really be with making whatever decision, making whatever mistake possible because they gotta prove, they gotta prove what they gotta prove. But I just hope the game changes in that aspect because it's starting to get kind of old. I ain't gonna
Yeah,
lie.
yeah.
I mean, it's been getting old, but like I can feel it in the air, like it's getting old. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro. And it's just weird because it'd be like, you know, sometimes it makes you feel like, is there even a chance for niggas in this rap shit unless they rap in a certain way and rapping about a certain stuff? You know what I'm saying?
I
Because
felt
like,
that way too.
you
I felt
can't put down a pen and put, like I be telling bro all the time, like nobody wants to hear niggas rap about babysitting their little brother. Nobody wants to hear niggas rap about getting married and shit like that. Chance the
yeah,
Rapper's whole last album flanked because he talked all about getting married and people wasn't fuck with it. And he's Chance the Rapper, you know?
yeah.
And so it's like, but you cannot take a pen to a paper and write about hitting a lick or doing a house robbery if you ain't never done it. You
That's what I'm
could,
saying.
but it's
Yeah.
going, that's going down a slippery slope.
Yeah, it's not.
That's
It's
true.
not
Starting
But I ain't
that.
easy.
gonna lie though. You know what made me feel good? Now that you're saying that, when we had Phil on the show, the
Word.
Don's
Yeah,
homie, like
right.
when he told me like the fact that all the shit we still listen to over here is old over there in Europe and like
Right.
Germany and shit, and how them niggas went back to listening to Nas and like real hip hop, like
Word.
it's gonna show its face where it needs to be. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
saying?
That's what I was
So
gonna
I think
say. I was gonna
Right.
say
But
that.
you're not American artists are not blowing up in Europe, dude. They
yeah,
gotta
yeah,
blow up in America first,
and
and
that's what
then
I
they
was
get
gonna
to go to
say,
Europe. You
and
know what
that's
I
what I'm
mean?
saying.
Like,
That's what's gonna be the hard, like the hard, bridge to cross because you would have to blow up here first, or at least somewhat here first, before you can get over there.
and
Or
here, including
yeah,
here, and not just here, but in the Caribbean now, because you got little cousins that are from Jamaica shit. They listen to trap music. They listen to that shit
yeah,
more than they listen to the vibes in them niggas now.
yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like, it's
hmm
crazy.
No,
Like
it's true.
Well, I feel like it
that,
right now.
like the way this shit is infected.
When it comes to
But
that, like trap music and stuff like that, I feel like it just depends on when it comes to the music game. It depends on what level you're trying to reach. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that rap trap music, that's like that mainstream level. Like that's commercial now. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm
But
saying.
it's
Labels
not
don't.
just, but that's the thing, EJ. There was a point where it was seemed like it was most commercial. You're like, okay, stand there. But like I said, you got all these little niggas now. They not commercial. Chef G is not really commercial. K Flock, not really commercial. All these other little niggas, what's Big Scar, who is what's his name's cousin, Pooh Shiesty's cousin,
Oh
he
yeah,
ain't really
yeah, yeah.
commercial. But these are all niggas that do this hardcore trap music that are getting more and more popular that people, because like bro, even here in New York, like where I work, I'm not gonna get into fucking specifics about where I work, but it's niggas that are born and raised from New York, right?
Mm-hmm.
When niggas get to playing music, I'm expecting to mostly hear, Nas, maybe some Jay-Z, some 50 even, as far older, or even updated more some New York niggas. These niggas be playing Kodak, Pooh Shiesty, 42 Doog. And these is niggas from New York. You know what I'm saying? Like, they
Got you.
don't even play no New York music like that. These is niggas that talk New York accent straight up. You know what I'm saying?
That is true
They
though.
ain't even been to the South. You actually been? Nah, I ain't never been to the South. You know what I'm saying? Like
That's true.
this shit is infectious, bro.
Yeah,
And
And
it's
I
and
poison, just
and
like
you
Dre said.
and you know how I noticed it was getting bad? Because I remember when we went on the cruise and I told Dre I knew shout out to Dre, he been blowing up the chat. I told
word,
Dre
word.
I forgot what song it was. I can't think of the nigga name. But I knew somebody's song from down south, and he was just like, nigga, how you know that nigga? You don't even live down south. Like, what the fuck? And it's just
Bro.
like, it just goes to show.
Bro.
But there was a
New
long
York
period of
niggas
time
is
too where
looking for
New
that
York
music
niggas,
now.
yeah, you know what I'm saying?
They
Like
wasn't
it wasn't
fucking with it.
really,
Like you would go to New York like 2000, even 15, 16 and play that shit. Niggas wasn't trying to hear no
niggas was
trap
bumping
music like that.
niggas was
Like that was
bumping
down
Thug in
south.
2015.
Yeah, that was the most. That was like and like I said, like I was just saying to EJ, when it was very commercial, when it was like, okay, only niggas like Young Thug and them
And
niggas Future.
Future,
But
yeah.
now, bro,
Yeah,
now it's
now,
like
yeah.
I'm hearing niggas. I truly didn't even really know of K Flock until this murder shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I heard his name
That's
and
true,
shit,
that's true.
but it was after the murder shit. I was like,
Yeah,
okay.
I ain't never heard about that nigga. But
But
before that
nah,
murder
you,
shit.
I hate to throw niggas under the bus, but you know who's bumping K Flock shit? A lot of these niggas upstate that wish they was from the city.
Yeah, them niggas, and then them niggas help it too because you got people
Yeah,
who from
it be these niggas up
North,
here, bro.
but they not from the city, so they like, oh, they try to, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they like, oh, this is the shit that's hot in the Bronx. This is my shit right here. Like,
Bro, it's crazy. But
yeah.
but yeah, so it's just interesting. We gonna see, you know, what happens with. Hopefully, it starts to revert back a little bit. Where
Eventually,
you know,
I feel like it's a different time period. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
if you really think about it, like the music game. All right, if you go back to like 2000 and let's say 7, 8, it was like. I was down south, so I don't know how it was up north, but it was a lot of lean and rock type shit, dancey tracks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That shit nobody was really
But you
fucking with
see-
like that. And then it went to like J. Cole, Kendrick.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then it
And at
started.
the time,
tripping
up
over
north, when during that whole like lean with it, rock with it, and all that, you know, the crunk and all that shit with Lil Jon,
Nigga,
they
we was fucking with all that.
Yeah, they was fucking with all that. But again, that was all mainstream at the time.
Mainstream, yeah.
So it was like New York niggas was only even hearing Southern music that was presented to them through the radio. You get me? Because all that shit was on the radio. And at the time, New York people didn't capture it as much because we still had a strong New York rap sound. Now I feel like that's part of it too, is that the Northeast, especially, we don't really got that much people to choose from now. So they're like, oh, give us all this trap shit. You know what I mean? Like,
I forgot because he mentioned 08. I'm trying to think. I think there was somebody from New York that was, because it was
in
somebody.
08?
I think it was somebody, and then I know up until when I was about to go to LIU in 2011, 2010. I know that's when ASAP came out, and like
yeah, them niggas started
yeah,
hitting in
yeah.
like 2011,
like 2010,
then,
2011, like 2011, we'll say, but
even
I
later.
remember.
I say like 2012, 2013 is when them niggas started.
Nah,
hitting.
bro, I went to my first ASAP Rocky concert.
Nigga, it had to be, bro, because Purple Swag came out, had to be 2012, bro.
It was 2012. You're right. It was 2012.
Yeah, and Purple Swag is the
2012.
first shit. And
But
Peso,
I think they first mixtape came out 2011 though.
yeah, it was like 2011.
The
like,
mixtape that had pesos and all of that thing came out 2011.
Yeah, like late
but then his
2011.
first album and shit like that was 2012 because I remember because
Word.
Rob wasn't at LIU in 2011. He came the next semester or the next year. So yeah, that makes sense. I remember me and Rob had went.
Yeah, so.
And Dre just asked,
Yeah.
I think the media got something to do with that. And my answer to that is, I don't.
What you mean? When you say the media, what do you think he means?
Like something to do with like the music we listen to and shit like that. Absolutely, but I think it's the media in New York, and you know who I blame? I blame the motherfuckers who took over Hot 97. I blame the streets. It's a lot of things you can
That's what
blame.
I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying?
In my
Yeah,
opinion,
what
you
did you
can't
say,
really-
Dom?
I wouldn't just put it straight on the media though, but
That's what
the
I was
media
gonna say.
definitely has something to do with it. Yeah.
So it's
Yeah,
like
go ahead, dog.
some people will put it on like the media and the labels and stuff like that, but I don't think so. I feel like you really gotta blame
Us.
people as a whole. You know what I'm saying?
It's us,
Bro,
as
it's
us as a
just
whole
us.
in general. Yeah.
I tell Casey all the time, it's the same shit. People get super mad, and even me sometimes too, at the takeover of these superhero movies in the movie theaters and shit. And I was like, but the movie studios are just reacting to what you pay with our money. They're like, y'all niggas want more of this. Why you think there's 6 little iterations of the Joker with more to come?
Yeah.
Because people love, for some reason, paying money to see the Joker. So they're like, all right, boom, make another Joker.
Same thing with
Make
Fast and
another
the Furious. They won't fucking
Same shit,
stop
Fast and
because that
Furious.
shit
Won't
keeps
stop.
selling, man.
Stop.
So it's like you
Will
can't.
not stop.
The funny thing is you can't blame them, but they are part of the blame because they're continuous. But it's like you really like.
But they
it's
gotta
like-
make
yeah,
money.
That's what I'm saying. They
They
gotta
gotta
make their
make
money.
money, though, yeah.
So it's like
And-
it could.
And we live in a capitalist society, so anything
Yeah,
that makes
yeah,
money
they-
is gonna keep coming.
They're like, yo, this is what they like? Okay.
Yeah,
Give
it's
it
like
to
they're
them.
not gonna say, "Oh, let me not do this because
Yeah.
you know people are out there
Yeah.
dying. Like they don't give a fuck, bro. Like
Yeah.
it's like these labels probably don't care about these damn rappers if they killing themselves or getting killed or getting murdered.
Well, of course not. They got
overdosing.
insurance policies on these niggas
They got
for a
insurance.
reason.
Exactly. They got
And
insurance.
They
policies.
wait for these niggas to die.
And
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
They
And
got
that's the
insurance.
reason why they only even care to help the niggas got a prison that already worth something. Because they're like, look, because you know it costs labels money when a rapper is sitting in prison. Unless you're the type of nigga who's gonna recuperate the money and bring it back once you get out, for sure. It costs the money with your ass just sitting in there in prison not doing nothing. You get what I mean? And yeah, so it's like I as far as the marketing, you can't blame marketing because they're only marketing to us what they know we want to see, you know, like.
Yeah. But the only reason why I slightly disagree with you on that is because I know you remember, bro, like when Angie Martinez and all the people that made us still tune in to Hot 97 when Hot 97 was what it was, what New York always remembered it as since the 90s. I feel like once Peter Rosenberg and all them niggas got in there, bro, that's when it seemed like New York was looking for like the next thing or the next vibe, the next wave to play on the radio, while Power 105 was just playing whatever came out of New York. You know what I'm saying? But bro, I remember in Hot 97, bro, at one point, my nigga was not only playing music from down south, which at the time was not music from down south that we wanted to hear, but my nigga, they was playing like the same songs I'd hear on like, what's that radio station that always plays like Disney shit? K104, Z100. They're playing like songs that would come on like Z100 and shit. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, yo, like I remember I've never been so upset with media at the time, but then I noticed I wish I knew the songs, but I remember once like a couple songs that they would play from down south started getting like crazy rotation, and they started playing more songs from down south, and then you got Drake and Nicki coming out but making songs with Rick Ross, so it's like, oh yeah, Nicki from New York, but so we gonna play this shit, but it's like it's just that same vibe, you know what I'm saying? It like crept its way in there. So like I ain't gonna say Hot 97 is media, but as far as a New York standpoint, Hot 97 definitely has something to do with why we hearing what the fuck we hear in New York right now, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, but it's one of them things where it becomes like, you know,
most of the blame is on us though.
Right.
Yeah.
But once you become so big, it's like, you know, you like for example, like I was walking through Times Square the other day and I saw advertisements for shit like for example, one of the advertisements, one of the top of things was in straight Korean. You could tell some straight Korean only product, right? And then like I saw another big advertisement for like, we're hiring police officers in Georgia. Apply now. And in the back of my head, I kept thinking to myself, I'm like, what the fuck are they advertising that kind of shit for in the middle of Midtown Manhattan, New York? I know it's Times Square, but then it dawned on me, I'm like, okay, it's because Times Square is not just filled with people from New York. In fact, it's probably a lot of other people from all over the country, including places like Korea, Germany, wherever. And of course, they're gonna have people here too that might even be from Georgia, but they're on vacation here in New York. So it's worth it. So in that aspect, when you say the Hot 97, I blame them. But around that time period you're talking about is when Hot 97 became this mega, you know, especially because, you know, it's like social media and all that shit started to break in. So radio stations were able to
with their interviews and shit like that.
Right. They were able to kind of go to more of an interview based situation than you just listening to us in the morning or whatever. And I think that's part of it too, is that they realized that they became this thing where like, look, it ain't just New York listening to us. You get what I'm saying? We're Hot 97. Now niggas in Germany could turn on it, go to our website and stream us. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so we gotta be able to appease all these people. And then that's when you, like you said, you start hearing the Z100 tracks where you're like, yo, what the fuck? Like Hot 97 ain't supposed to be playing this. I'm supposed to be hearing Funk Master Flex dropping bombs. You get what I'm saying? Like, you know, like I remember that was what Hot 97 was. You know what I'm saying? Like
you tune in and you hear
boom, like us niggas mostly talking over the, like, you know what I'm saying, talking and spinning the record back.
Word, or somebody was a special guest freestyling in the motherfucker with Funk Flex and shit.
That involved it to just basically being a playlist, and I'm playing whatever hot songs is on, like you said, Z100. You know,
and not for nothing. Now that you're saying it, it probably made sense why they then was so easily able to build Power 105 for just
Yep.
hip hop, while Hot
Yep.
97 controls tries to do everything. That makes sense.
Yeah. And then Power 105, which I feel like now they're super popular too, especially like the Breakfast Club with
Oh,
Charlamagne and
yeah.
all of them. Like they
They came a long way. Shout out to Power
long way.
105.
Because I remember when Power 105 started. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Like
I remember when niggas was telling me like, "Yo, go to 105.1. It's
a
better."
new, like, because like now we got 2 rap stations, blah blah. Because remember before it was like niggas used to go to 107.5, and that was like that fully turned into like straight up like oldies music now, I think, or some shit like that. But
I think so.
back in the day, like they used to play like hip hop songs and stuff like that, and then reggae sometimes too. But yeah, man, shit changes, man. I think that's it. And I, like I said, I just hope that as time goes on, things kind of revert a little bit back to where you feel like niggas that just make regular hip hop could have a chance. You know what I'm saying? Like, not always niggas like you don't gotta be, because like these days it seems like niggas don't even want to hear you unless you're talking about robbing, shooting, and killing niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like,
or if it don't got a melody.
Which at least I understand, because but
Black guys
but
pull up.
we'll talk about this obviously. We obviously can talk about this with Dumbo.